Buddy, because of course I am here 6 minutes late, chat. Unfortunately, I will say I had a power blip like maybe 10 minutes ago, so I had to set up everything all over again. Seems like the bitrate is stable, but yeah, chat, I'm glad to be here. We've got an exciting one today. It is the full tier list day, so I just got the Coda Mire. Excuse me, I just got the Coda Mire, and I was so close. I almost got the Coda, like the perfect version of the Coda Motovore. So there's a couple of these guys that I don't have the correct valence on, so, you know, I feel like the builds could be a bit more optimized, but, you know, we'll do a quick breakdown of all this stuff, because in the end, I think most of it is pretty simple. Actually, I think you guys will kind of understand what's going on. In terms of the tier list, yeah, sorry, I had it scrolled down, apparently. In terms of the, like, explaining the tier list, like, you know, number one, obviously, it's in the thumbnail. I'm gonna do one more thing. I think I have to start the recording as well, so we're good here, chat. And yeah, I think I'm all set up. I gotta do some pausing and some stuff, but I can still talk about the tier list while I get everything set up. But yeah, the one thing, you know, for the thumbnail, putting Catabolyst at the bottom, like, it's a perfect example of, like, a weapon that will always have a lot of power, but just the idea that I have to manually reload it, and if my battery is empty, or if my mag size is empty, then it'll throw a larger explosion that, yes, deals more damage, but can also potentially self-stagger, and then you're stuck reloading twice. So it's a perfect example of, like, it's hard, you know, something will always be at the bottom. I'll always have setups that I don't like as much as other ones, but the reason for it is mostly usability, and I think that's I would say it's an important discussion for me. You know, when we talk about the other 5 weapons that were released, you know, I could also talk about a Vesper 77 build, but yeah, a lot of it has been like, okay, the weapon needs to be simple enough and basic enough to use, and as long as it has that, then, you know, you can swap it interchangeably. And that's the thing, is like, you know, it's weird. I think what I've realized is, like, I guess what I would call these is like Archimedia loadouts. Like, the best way to describe this type of playstyle is like the Archimedia playstyle, where Archimedia will always force you to randomize. So your setups need to be able to work in a vacuum somewhat. They need to be successful on their own. And then you can add whatever power on top of that, and maybe certain powers will interact with your setups differently. Like, if we talk about any of the melee weapons, all of these are melee influence. And so, like, yeah, if I'm using Grendel, and I'm using whatchamacallit, I'm using Nourish, yeah. Yar. Shout out Lua for joining me, welcome in. Yeah, glad to have everybody here, but this is kind of a big day. I am, for the most part, done with, I am here to mauled and see, yeah. I think that's the thing, is, like, being able to play all of them, I realized, like, okay, I kind of had a feeling for some of the base ones, and criticize your every pick, but that's what I mean. It's like, I think everybody has their own tier list. I think everybody will have fault with everybody else's tier list, so it's the 8th wonder of the world, chat, but, that's the power of it, though. Yeah, it's an important discussion for me to say, like, yeah, Catabolyst is so good. Bassocyst is very insane. Yeah, so, I mean, what I thought was interesting about the trade-off between the Plasmor and the Bassocyst is, like, the Plasmor can, like, bounce and can, like, deal with crowds in different ways, but the Bassocyst has innate blast damage. So I have blast and fire, and then I just stack a bunch of damage on there, and, like, status damage. So that's a great example of just, like, you feel it. And then you have an alt fire. You have an alt fire, does, like, the craziest thing you've ever seen. You know, something is open to mercy. It's like a ranged mercy. It's crazy. And then when it's not doing that, then it's just dealing a bunch of status, and you get, like, magnetic as well. So I was like, dude, I mostly just use it for the normal fire, but it's very good. I was in another Discord, and people were calling Caustacyst trash because it couldn't proc influence because its hair's growth. Oh my god, I don't want to get into. I only have the 30% valence. It's a really shitty Caustacyst. But yeah, I mean, as we move, I mean, obviously you have to put the glaive at the top. It's the Pathocyst. It's a buff version of it's a glaive. That's it, chat. Unfortunately, it will go to the top as like a class of weapons that's just like, you know, maybe except for the Orvius, but you know, I haven't played that in a while. But yeah, generally, bro, the glaives. You get your first glaive as the Zorus, which is just like a great way to start. So I got to make sure that I'm in focus. I tend to grab my glasses too much, but yeah, even 2 on the list. Bassocyst, we already talked about it. It's very satisfying. It's good to have it on the list because like in terms of, yeah, it's a new weapon. It's crazy as fuck. It has like a side effect that you're like loving it. Yeah, I think it's an absolute win. And then of course I'm putting the other new weapon at the 3rd spot, Torxica. The secret with Torxica and the reason I love it so much is because the innate mechanic is that when you kill an enemy, it spreads to other enemies, and then it spreads a cold status effect, and that cold status effect has a 24% chance to proc a random status effect from Encumber. So if you can start spreading spores around, it's, you know, you'll get a bunch of cold procs going off, and it's not the craziest buff, but I was already using Encumber because it is like a high enough base crit chance full auto that I can just put blast on, and then, you know, I think it has a double weight towards slash over like impact or something. It's got like pretty good base slash stats, not the craziest for a build around, but I have this strange build which is like very low damage but just high status chance. And yeah, we'll talk about it. But Sporothrix, another great example. High damage, high status chance. I only use this for the innate slash damage, and then I just add fire on top of that with viral, of course. It has the built-in viral proc, so you just need fire. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Motovore is actually stupid. Anyone that were doing when I had made Toady. I had to take Motovore and turn it into a slash weapon. It's a hammer with the highest ratio of slash ever. Yeah, and you get a bunch of status chance. I realized I didn't have enough. I would never have enough mod slots for like a crit build and also melee influence with slash, so I had to sacrifice. So I just had double, yeah, slash Motovore. Yeah, for it to be the only hammer in the game that I actually swing, I think is important. That yes, a lot of time you've got the heavy slam hammer, you've got the slammer hammer. I'm the slammer hammer. Sorry. Yeah, but this is like a spinny hammer. It's very sick. Anyway, we're not talking about Motovore yet, but we are talking about did I talk about Sporothrix? It's a sniper. It's a sniper with a bunch of slash and heat. Like, what do you really say? Anyway, Sporothrix, that's it. Very fun. I had it in the top 20 originally. I had it. It's good that, yes, now the Coda Sporothrix will just replace that. More powerful. Very fun. So, number 5 on the list, the Synapse. Like one of the highest damage beam weapons I've ever seen. Like, so simple. I do have like a crazy ribbon for it, but I think it's just a freebie, so you just put in anything. But we'll talk about it in a second. But yeah, it's like a spray. It's straight up like a water gun. Very satisfying, and it's just a beam weapon. Wrathful watches you tell you. Yeah, dude. If you want to laugh, you need to see the builds on Overframe. Dude, I do think I need to put my builds on Overframe. I think I need to start putting in a Amar J. Joshi Overframe for you guys to kind of learn about the... I guess what I want to start calling it is, yes, the randomizer loadout, but also the Archimedia loadout. The Archimedia is the randomizer. Too bad it doesn't chain. Are you talking about... oh, yeah. No, yeah, with Synapse. Oh, no, I feel that. Shout out Dane. Shout out Sahil Lazarus. I hope I said that right. For following. But yeah, in terms of like it doesn't chain, I understand why, because it does a lot of damage, like, and you get innate corrosive. So chat, I mean, I'm not really playing to level cap generally, so I feel like, I mean, you will proc 10 stacks of corrosive instantly, like you'll proc 40 stacks of primary blight instantly, like that stuff's, unless you have like a temple in your squad or like a Grendel, and they skew the stats. So what if it doesn't change? Yeah. No, that's what I mean. Is like, I feel like if it chained, it would have to be weaker, because as it is now, just as something you just aim and you just shoot and you have blast. Yeah. So Lewis got it right. Like when I play it now, and the idea that blast is still maximized on like mechs. Oh, the Legocyte enemy is the same example where it has a status limit. So like blast is still super, you know, like if you have fire or slash on those types of enemies, then they suffer immensely. They lose a lot of power. Yeah, Torrid though. Yeah, exactly. Well, I feel like Torrid's an Incarnon, so they I don't know, they had this philosophy with Incarnons, but anyway, we kind of talked about Motovore. It's a spinny slash hammer. You spin it around, you slam it, come on and slam type vibes, but you know, it's mostly just the actual attack animation. Like you need it really fast. Like that's what I've realized is I have to play hammers with like an insanely fast attack speed. And so it's a very like bare bones, like it has to be straightforward, but you just have you'll have zillions of status chance, and I think it'll be too stupid. So number 7 on the list, Caustacyst. I had to put Caustacyst below Motovore. Obviously Motovore is a new weapon and is really fucking sick and has an awesome mechanic. Also appreciate 294 likes on TikTok. Thank you guys. Valkyria buff this batch. Yup. No, I gotta spam some Valkyrie and do some testing. I'm ready for it. Anyway, Caustacyst, like, it's just a scythe. It's one of the slowest scythes in the game. I think it has one of the slowest base attack speeds, so you're gonna feel it. I mean, it is a scythe, so if you're using Reaping Spiral, then you have the slash proc on the standing attack, and then obviously it's a scythe, so the heavy attack has a built-in slash proc. So that's the main thing, is like you can just spam Tennokai heavy attacks over and over. Also, I'll do the stream announcements next time. I made a channel called Stream Announcements and I didn't use it. All right, chat. Anyway, yeah, I love scythes. I think they're super fun. This is the only scythe that I'm like using. I just felt like it was nice if I'm proccing corrosive and stuff like that. So, you know, because it's a 1 attack speed. Yeah, it's a very slow. I think Hate is a similar attack speed. If you look, I was looking through my list and I was like, oh wow, most of the scythes that are just scythes, that's it. They just do scythe shit. They're like way faster. Like they end up with way higher attack speed with the same, like it. I was like, oof. Like what is it? I was thinking, what is it? Reaper Prime, Venado. What other normal scythes are there? Those are the two. Oh, Ether Reaper, I guess. Talk to you later. I'm stop replaying the Hex Quest. Oh, that's sick. Anyway, shout out Lua. Number 8 on the list, the Pox. This weapon, you can't stagger yourself. Anku, yes, Anku. Well, Anku Incarnate is just crazy. Anku Incarnate is definitely pretty fast as well. Yup. But yeah, I was thinking like, I was like trying to ignore Hate and Anku because I mean, I don't think they get attack speed. But anyway, don't get too distracted. But yeah, Pox like drops this AOE. It's like this cloud of damage, and so I just put Viral Fire on it, and I was probably like 40 viral, or excuse me, fire procs. I don't know, man. Like I was gonna skew the stats even more towards fire, but you know oh my god, chat. Like you'll see it. The stats are not perfect. The status spread is not the best, but yeah, I was just kind of spamming it. It's a very ammo hungry weapon. I've noticed. I have primed ammo mutation in there because I am just sucking down all the ammo on the map. I'm having too much fun with it though. It's very good. Kreska maybe. Kreska is a Chena Grigori. Yep. Kreska is a machete. Kreska is the goat. Just a machete with built-in fire damage. Shout out Jubombi. Excuse me for that. So what would you recommend for this week? Are you talking about for like what's available for the weapons? I think this is the Sporothrix week, so it is, your choice is Torxica, Sporothrix, Motovore, I think, Hema as well, maybe, Mire. I think those are the choices. Blast on Hema. Yep, Blast on Hema, that's my setup. Number 9 on the list. So obviously you have the built-in, what is it, built-in viral? Yeah, it's built-in viral. And then you can put blast mods on it, and then you can put, you know, the valence plus, you know, a toxin mod, or the valence plus a electricity mod, and you can have viral, corrosive, and blast. And so, like, you know, being able to, I mean, it's just a full auto that deals decent damage that has blast damage on it. So against trash mobs, it wipes, yeah. But like against any like high value target, if it's got I mean, if it's got health and armor. Obviously, like I have redundancy in terms of like viral on a lot of setups, so there's a potential that I'm not necessarily maximizing it, but I do think that like having viral and corrosive and then still being able to function really well. Also, it has infinite ammo. I didn't even mention this. Yeah, like in a sense, like you still reload, but it costs you no ammo, so that should be obviously mentioned. Oh, I think that's true of Riot 848 as well. Yeah, excuse me. All right, chat. So, you know, keep it in mind, but yeah, like you don't need to worry about ammo. It sucks down your health. You have health regen. You can life steal with it. Kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't know. It's nice to have a decent full auto. I mean, technically it's burst, but yeah, not Torxica. Yeah. Also, I have a Torxica Riven. What stats should I look for? Just a typical crit chance, crit damage, multi-shot. Yeah, you'd have to think about. Well, on a pistol build, it's pretty tough. Oh, I think I have an open slot. You could probably just roll a freebie. Yeah, if you just roll standard, yeah, you'd be fine. Bassocyst, Tysis. Not Torxica. Oh, okay. Oh, it's this week? Oh, it already changed? Oh. Alright, anyway. Where was I? Hema? Yeah, pretty basic to understand. And then these are just the other two melee weapons. This is Mire. Mire, I don't know how to describe it. I didn't know what to write for it, but Mire has guaranteed... It's all toxin damage on the heavy attack. Also, I think I missed that Wild Wolf, says my G. Welcome in, Wild Wolf. So your heavy slam doesn't actually deal blast damage. It's all toxin. So you can... It's like you... And it has a guaranteed toxin proc. So you have influence. And it's just gas and toxin. And that's it. And you can get, you know, all the heavy slam bonuses. I don't think I even have any... I don't think I have any crit on this. I think it was pretty low crit chance, so it's just a status chance heavy slam build. You have an open Hema slot? Wait, what do you mean? Also, it's still so weird to see Blast Note. I stopped playing for a bit well before rework. Yeah. So I've definitely, like, Blast can be maximized in different setups, and I think what I try to tell people is one of my important decisions that I make on a build is, like, what type of status effect am I inflicting? Like what, how am I trying to amplify my damage through a status effect? Am I trying to literally just put on more damage? A shout out, would that be Seal for saying hello? Welcome in. That's in YouTube. Where were we? But yeah, I mean, in terms of, like, heavy slam builds, you know, it's weird. Like, you have Mire and then you have Hirudo. They're kind of like reverse stats. Like, Hirudo has really, really high puncture the worst physical. I have a crit chance, crit damage, fire rate, negative mag. Oh my god. Bro. Peddling your Rivens in chat. 639 plat. Chat, clip that. Everybody clip that. Dane says, I have a crit chance, crit damage, fire rate, negative mag size, Hema Riven. 639 plat just for you. Peddling Rivens. I don't want to... If I'm getting a Riven, I'm getting an unrolled Riven. I do not buy god rolls, okay? You go... There are other people who are much more likely to buy god rolls. And yes, Quacky McQuackers. The value of puncture is that it exists on weapons with high fire rate, so it just exists sometimes, and it gives you additive crit, so it gives you 25% additive crit at 5 stacks. So without getting too distracted, Hirudo does have some puncture damage, but it's a slam weapon, but it has all crit and very low status, so I'm maximizing my status chance as much as possible. And then honestly, I think, yeah, I'm looking for a valence. I'm looking for a valence bonus, and then I'm keeping some status chance. But you know, it's nice to have a passive. It has a very cool passive that I use specifically only on my Necros setup. Like, it's the only time that I actually intentionally taking advantage of it is like my Necros doesn't have any slots. It has no way to add more base health. So Hirudo just gives you more health. So it also gives you lifesteal, but it's mostly just it gives you a higher max HP. So very strange setup, but yeah, that's why it's number 11 out of 13. Tysis. I don't know. I've been changing it up. I've been swapping some stuff around, but it is still, I use Enervate on it currently. It has a very weird mechanic. It like shoots a dart and then it'll, you know, deal these extra damage ticks. But generally I feel like I'm not even seeing those damage ticks unless it's like a beefy dude who's going to get hit for, you know, 3 mags instead of like 2 bullets. So I do still just use it as a pistol that does a shit ton of damage. With really good status chance as well. So, you know, you have the built-in corrosive damage. I didn't want to put priming because it wasn't like corrosive and viral, but it's still corrosive. So it's still very, like, I don't generally have corrosive on any of my setups. Shout out Wild Wolf. My boy says dog. Yeah, number 12 on the list though. But, you know, it's still like a pistol that I'm trying out, trying to make it work. I have a small shark eel. Yup, dude, Quacky's got it. I'll buy that, Quacky. I have a Harrow chassis blueprint 420. Yup, Quacky. Quacky's my guy right now. That's the plug. That's all I'll say. 421 likes. Oh, that's close enough. 421. I'll take it. Appreciate the love. Oof, what am I doing? Number 13 on the list, Catabolyst. Yeah, it's purely just because I have to manually reload. It's purely that's it. Just because I have to manually reload, and sometimes I stagger myself when I reload. That's it. It's a usability factor. It's an insanely strong weapon. It's so strong. And you get this like crazy power buff. And you can maximize it even further with just any number of my Warframes. Like, oh my god. But still, I have to manually reload. You know what I do sometimes? I reload it when it has like 2 bullets in the chamber. And then it does the tiny grenade, and then I don't think that can stagger you. I don't think it's like you, unless you like throw it right at your feet. I don't think it can stagger you, but that's what I do sometimes to manage the Catabolyst. But that's literally it. And you can clip this, and you can say whatever you want, but usability is king. The more brainless a weapon is, the higher it ends up on my usage list. The easier it is to use, the more I'm going to use it. How about that? You like that, chat? You like that little Amarism? The guy who constantly talks about being a fucking caveman and sucking at Warframe. All right, well, there's the Coda weapon tier list. 30 minutes to just, well, I guess technically 24 minutes, but real quick, we'll redo the Scaldra weapon tier list. I did, you know, for some reason I crashed. Like the stream just started using too much stuff. Bro, I'm playing Arena Breakout and I just killed 3 guys in the span. Wild Wolf. Is this on the phone? Oh my god. Like the Archon? Give me all your red shards. Yes, exactly. You're realizing it now. Oh, you finally realized it. One day I'm gonna cash that in. One day I'll be able to cash that in. I'm telling you, man. That's the lore bomb right now. So yeah, this is the official Archon Amar Archimedia tier list. You know, that's all I can describe my build as now. Is it's like, oh, I guess because I randomize, I guess I'm really suited for Archimedia. So that's what I'll call it. But yeah, real quick, the Purgator. I know a lot of people have said that it doesn't work. And that like it sucks, but this shit rips, dude. I don't know how to describe it in terms of like categories, but it has a forced impact proc, so it's just like a slug shotgun. It shoots like this fucking, yeah, it's like a canister. Yeah, it looks like a grenade launcher. It's fucking sick. First of all, well, the guys that use them are also scary as shit. So, although I can kind of nuke them pretty easily now, but especially with their own weapon, you can kind of trash on them. Where I equip the guy's helmet. I can see that. That's sick. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, they all had silencers. Oh my god. But yeah, yeah, this weapon does so much damage. It like, god, how do I even describe it? You have the forced impact proc with internal bleeding, so it like does a lot of damage as like a single shot sniper. I actually have it equipped right now, so you can kind of just see the like it just taps dudes. I'm like, oh my god. So It will always be the #1 Scaldra weapon. And what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go in live and we're gonna integrate these weapons into the tier list. So #2 on the list, dual Viciss, I guess you would say. I don't know if that's like a plant or something. But yeah, just a dual sword setup that has built-in gas damage and then also has a buff when you deal gas damage. So like a dual sword, which, you know, means that I just have influence on it. And now you have an influence weapon that still has blast and, you know, electricity to proc influence. But yeah, now you have gas as well. It's crazy.
Amar.
Too bad Kuva Shakur outclasses Purgator every way. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. I think this weapon is fun. Yeah. Ghosty followed. Appreciate that. But no, I think I enjoy playing other weapons. I enjoy playing lots of weapons, and I think the idea of outclassing weapons is just the idea of not playing other weapons. You know, just sticking to what you already know. Also, Viciss is better than dual Ichor Incarnate. Yeah, in the sense that it's a melee influence weapon that procs gas and blast. So, yeah, I don't know, but I think I don't know if my... Ooh, that's an interesting question. I don't know if my my dual Ichor and Karnan setup has blast. I would have to look back on that, but I do love this weapon. It's very strong, yeah. But yeah, what I've always said is I try not to be reductive to my list. I try to add as many weapons as I can and play as many weapons as I can and be confident that I'm comfortable playing all these different weapons because, yeah, I mean... Shout out Vesper77. I gotta show that off. Riot 848. This is a fucking weird one. It deals blast damage like on the AoE, so it doesn't benefit from gun condition overload. But I just have viral fire on it just as like a full auto as well. So it's a very strange weapon. I'm still debating whether I can use it effectively in gameplay. That's where we're at, is there's like specific weapons where I'm like, you know, I have to, at this point, you know, Temple is in the list. I've used Temple enough that Temple is just another normal Warframe that doesn't have a prime yet. So, yeah, I'm definitely trying to go in and test it out on a couple different setups, but EF5 Jupiter, yeah. This one, here's what I will say. It has built-in corrosive damage. It is the same setup essentially to Hema. It's very similar, but I think it is still a very strong weapon. But yeah, in the end, it was just another full auto. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the Riot is definitely in that margin where, yeah, just write it off. You'd be like, nah, I'm good. I'm not going to use that shit. It's more of a Karak setup than a Hema. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. I will say the alt fire is very interesting, but I don't end up spamming it very much. I don't end up using it. And I am still using it with blast. Oh, I guess I didn't mention it. Does this have blast in here? I am just using it as a full auto. You can get a couple corrosive procs. It does have pretty high fire rate. It's got pretty high status. You know, it's pretty decent. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know... I'm still debating. You know, you get into it, you're like, you don't feel it immediately. Like when you're using the Hema, obviously you're getting viral corrosive. You're getting both. So that is just criminal. That's just fucking evil. So, you know, to have played them both in a very similar time span may have skewed my judgment, but I think in the end I don't think it's the worst weapon in the world. Like, you know, when I talk about the EFV8 Mars, this is a weapon that I just struggled to use. This is one that I was just like, I don't know. You know, the grenade, the alt fire explosive, like I was still trying to figure out if I was using it correctly and like how I was hitting, like how to hit enemies properly with it. I was at that stage, so a little bit criminal, but yeah, I feel like I'm pretty comfortable doing this. So that covers the tier list. And what I'm going to do is just combine these. So the Jupiter, I guess we'll go up from the bottom. I think I would still probably... Oh, here's what I'll do. Maybe the... Here's what I'll do. I think I would probably still put the Jupiter pretty low on the list. Same with the Riot. I don't know how low. Like, I feel like I could probably put it... maybe above the Tysis, although I think honestly the Tysis, yeah, dude, like the Riot is still to be tested, but I will say, like, it definitely wasn't to the point where I was struggling, but it was like, I don't know about this, so, you know, it's worth the test. But here's the one that I wanted to do. I'm gonna move both of these down. These are the ones that I actually wanted to do. I was gonna put Purgator. I was gonna put him right here at number 3. I gotta be real with you. And then I was gonna put Dual Viciss above Motovore. I feel like I should put it, chat. Maybe I have to do it. Maybe I have to put Dual Viciss above this one as well. I do think just like as an influence weapon, it is insanely strong. Want to rate my Orbiter? Yeah. Give me a second. Let me finish this out. But there's the list. There's the completed loadout. So yeah, Purgator number 3, Dual Viciss number 4. All these guys move down, and then number 15 Riot 848, number 16 EFV5 Jupiter, number 18 EFV8 Mars. So there's the new list. Final thoughts, I guess, conclusions. I don't know, man. It's a lot of weapons that I'm gonna be like cycling between and trying out and playing, and yeah, I think it'll be good. Like I think I want to start swapping around the setups. I want to start using different loadouts and seeing how they work together, because I am going to be using a lot of them together because they're all obviously like new weapons. So what are we at? 738. Yeah, real quick, let's do the builds. I have a Riven. I'm not even using it. And here, look at this. I have the electricity valence, and then I have electricity on top of that because I am still... Well, yeah, now I'm at a good margin. So now I can actually keep influence active. That was the main thing, is I realized, like, oh, you just have... you have too many status effects. I guess all of the... Oh, that's interesting. Oh, does this have innate... Wait, let me look at the stats. Give me 1 second. No, it just has viral. Okay, I got you. Alright. So I guess all the IPS gets combined into the viral. But chat, I'm feeling it. Like, you have a better ratio of electricity, but just, you know, you're proccing more elements, so you have to kind of keep that in mind. You know, it took some live testing for me to be like, honestly, dude, I need this to be active more often, and I just need it to be more consistent, and that's like literally where it ended. I was like, I'll get more status chance out of it, you know, I'll get a little bit more chance for viral and blast as well, but I'm mostly just needing to skew the stats even further towards electricity, so I think that's pretty important. But yeah, it's just a glaive that does a shit ton of damage. That's it. Like, you need the weight so that you can actually have a good consistent melee influence, but as long as you have that, this is a fucking rank 2. This is a rank 2 whirlwind. Dude, I used the max rank whirlwind and I was like, no way. Sorry, chat. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit too slow brained to be able to use to be able to like actively explode a glaive that's moving that fast. So whatever, I guess it costs 6 mod points, which is wonderful. But yeah, that's Coda Pathocyst. Excuse me, that's Coda Pathocyst, number 1 on the list. Number 2 on the list, it has to be Bassocyst. Like, one of the craziest weapons. This is a very interesting setup. This is 30% fire, so not even a lot of fire. This is my final valence. This is what I'm sticking with. And that's purely just because you get a very even weight towards heat and blast. Excuse me, heat and blast. And you got primary crux in there, so I'm surprised at how fast I can shoot this weapon. I don't know, chat, I'm failing right now, but you can kind of dump the mag pretty easily, and you know, vicious spread is only 90% damage. You easily replace this with a faction damage mod. That's the easy choice. But currently that's it. So my choice was actually like I'm gonna keep the status chance. Oh, this is with Galvanized Savvy. Okay, so you're not getting a huge status chance buff, but you have very even weight, so you can get way more status from Crux, and then it'll also allow you to just fucking spam. You got 38 shots in the mag. Fucking, it's... Dude, this weapon is very satisfying. This weapon is awesome. I basically only use the normal fire. I know that the alt fire, like, procs a bunch of status, procs a bunch of weird status. My favorite Warframe giveaway streamer. Yup, yeah, appreciate it. What is my next giveaway is on my birthday, or the day before my birthday. I don't know. I can't decide if I want to just do it on my birthday or not, but yeah, it's nice to have Elementalist. This is a separate damage calculation. You know, it's separate from the damage from this and Galvanized Savvy and Prime Point Blank. So pretty important there, but yeah, it's just a fucking big fat fucking god, it is just evil. It's so satisfying too. You get a shit ton of damage as well. I just love it. It's good that it has 50% stat or crit chance, excuse me, but yeah, that's Coda Bassocyst. A lot of these I'm like, I currently don't have Rivens. I don't even think I'm thinking about Rivens. Purgator, let's do it. This is an interesting combo, a very important combo. Semi-rifle cannonade, and of course internal bleeding. So this caps my fire rate, so I always have internal bleeding active. So I have a 70% chance for a slash proc. This bullet does have guaranteed impact procs. And then yeah, you get a little bit of punch through, but it just deals a shit ton of damage. And then the mechanic is that it'll create a gas cloud, like as if it was a gas tick based on your bullet. So if you're tapping them for a zillion, then you're gonna tap the whole crowd. You're gonna it's gonna be a little bit of a hallway clear. So I guess you'll have to see it to believe it. It is number 3 on the list, so we should be able to actually play it. Do I have the dual Viciss equipped? No. All right. Now this one, I will say, like, such a fucking broken weapon. Like, this is the standard of all standard loadouts that I have for blast fluence. But yeah, 81% status. I am getting the crit damage in there as well, so excuse me, this is just base crit chance as always. But yeah, you can kind of tap them. The unique effect, 5 stacks of 7% attack speed and 8% movement speed. Bro, movement speed from this weapon, it like kills me. I start to move way too quick. Alright. Now what I'm realizing is, like, I can show off multiple different weapons at the same time. But yeah, showing off this weapon will be insanely goofy. I did completely miss this. Look, Temple. Oh! I didn't even look at this. This is goated. Oh my god. I gotta say, yeah, Temple takes to, like... Temple, I don't know. You can't go wrong with the colors, dude. Look at how it just... Look at the gradient. Sorry to do a little stop off real quick, but, you know, we had to check it out. Anyway, yeah, I mean, bro, influence, I don't know, man. I don't know how to describe it. It feels like evil. It feels like it shouldn't be allowed. I'm like, what are we doing here? What is the gameplay? I'm running around. I need everything on the map to be near me, or else it's completely meaningless. But then, yeah, when everything on the map is near me, then that's when you're like, okay, that's the best time to use this. So it takes like 5 seconds to activate. No, not 5 seconds. That's actually way too long. It takes like a split second to activate, and then you can kind of just like this. Like, all of these influence weapons are just like, you need the smallest advantage. Like, you, in terms of like, you're at a bad spot with way too many enemies. Tomorrow I get MR17 and max rank with the Hex. Bro, that's fucking goated. The new max, the new limit. Dual Torxica. I'm telling you, man, it's worth it. The dual Torxica. Look at the damage though. This is pretty low damage. You can see this is 25% cold damage. And then I'm using Scorch. So like oh, it's slash and puncture. So this is actually pretty interesting. This is a fast enough fire rate and a good enough status chance that dude, you get 25% additive crit instantly. And then, yeah, it's a little bit more of a weight. I guess it's not double. It's a little bit less than double, but you can get some decent slash procs in there. But yeah, it's honestly just, bro. I mean, I guess the thing is, like, secondary encumber will always have a cap of like one extra status effect per bullet shot, regardless of multi-shot. So even if you have, what is it, 3.9 multi-shot with galvanized diffusion, like, that is just unfortunate, chat. You know, it is kind of a bullet dump, so I've got the primed ammo mutation in there, but the mechanic of the spores, like I mentioned, does actually spread secondary encumber. So also it'll put a spore on an enemy and then you'll deal times 1.5 damage, which is just fucking nuts to watch. So you know, anything that has a bigger health pool, if it's got a couple spores on it, like, you feel it. You feel it for sure. But yeah, we love new weapons being fucking goated and taking the cake, so sick as hell. But yeah, I have Merciless Gunfight in here, which is interesting because I already have blast damage on it. So what I'm doing is blast damage is adding crowd clearing factor, and then punch through is adding even more crowd clearing factor. But that's mostly just because Merciless Gunfight is also giving me crit damage. And I was like, oh, do I want to put in like magnetic, or do I want to just keep the blast? Or I was kind of debating it because, you know, I have viral and magnetic on my companion as always, so I kind of go back and forth. But yeah, honestly, I fuck with Merciless Gunfight. The fact that it costs 15, I'm like, fuck yeah, say it again. Fuck though, it, like, to put it in my build, it's crazy. What's the best school? Santino Andrews, that's a good question. I guess it depends on where you're at in the world. I don't know if, I mean, travel expenses. The best school is the one that's going to give you money. The one that's going to give you money to go to their college, because you have, I'm assuming you're talking about college, but are you talking about focus school? Because if you're talking about focus school, that would be hilarious, but it would probably be Zenuric for energy regen or Madurai for a big damage buff. When you look at all your frames in Arsenal, does it say their names under their pictures? Yep, just like that. All right. What are we at? Sporothrix, number 6 on the list. Doing pretty good. We're actually kind of burning through this list, but you can see a lot of these weapons I don't have ribbons for. I'm like totally fine. Coda Sporothrix. Let's take a look. This is something where you're going to look at the status chance. You're going to look at the 41% slash and the 65% heat. I do have a 54% valence on top of thermite rounds, so definitely skewing it just a little bit. But this spread is 48% slash, 62% viral, or 62% heat, but 20% viral. So volatile variant is just fucked. It's crazy. How? Mine don't say any. Neither with weapons. You might have to reload your game. I don't know. You might be bugged right now, bro. That sounds like a bug. Anyway, you can use semi-rifle cannonade. I think this has plus 3 punch through, but this just exists. I don't know if you can add to this. Shots have plus 3 punch through. Like, I don't know how that works with the setup. It might just have stuck at that, but it's never said them. So I thought it was a setting. That's fucking crazy. I don't know, man. That sounds awful, but you probably should. I don't know if you've Googled it before. I don't know. Like, God, it's just a fucking. It's so weird to have an insanely strong sniper, but I have like the Comorex is like a similar setup, and yeah, like this guy just deals a shit ton of damage with an insane stat spread, but then also like, oh yeah, I guess the other thing to mention is like, the bullet itself is doing a zillion damage with galvanized aptitude. So you're kind of just fucking shit up, but it has 5% crit chance. So, you know, some people I feel like would go with primary acuity or something and just max it out like crazy. But I feel like honestly, what I've always enjoyed about weapons like this is I can build it for like pure damage and status chance and like have a good stat spread, and then I will use Arcane Avenger just on a bunch of frames. I just have it on a bunch of frames, and then I can just have 40. I can add 45 to this, and now I have 50% crit chance. And then, you know, if I get lucky with a couple other stuff, you know. Bro, I had no idea there was an extra team. Lost all the good stuff. Oh, dude. I gotta say, with the Coda farming and all that stuff, like, I'm glad it's pretty basic, honestly. I'm mostly hunting for 60% at this point. That's it. And then I'm getting a bunch of elemental vices, but yeah, we've been hanging on this build too long. Sporothrix, let's do Synapse. This one does have a Riven, but I think it's just a freebie. You can just replace it with anything. Yeah, this Riven is crit damage, status, duration, multi-shot, so you just replace that with anything. But the main thing is primary blight with toxin. I would say you could probably just replace this with like hammer shot, or like elementalist is also pretty decent. But yeah, with the built-in corrosive damage, like, you don't really care about the stat spread. Like, you can chill out, have a good time. It just fucks shit up. And then you get some blast procs that'll also give you a lot of power. So it's a very simple weapon to understand. The idea that you can like put a bunch of corrosive procs, 80%. Okay. You can strip 80% of the armor. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, beam weapons especially have this very strange thing where you have to like compare stats, you know what I mean? Like, they're hard to like, it's hard to like articulate how powerful, you know, like when I look at the Coda Bassocyst, you know, it says 50% crit chance and it says a shit ton of damage and the stats are simple. Like, the power of a beam weapon is like articulated in like ticks per second and status chance per second, all these weird metrics that you start to understand innately, but just kind of strange. Synapse. Oh, number 8 on the list is actually Motovore. Now, this is a kooky one. There is a weapon that is currently available, I think, that I was farming for. Here, let's go. Should we go check? No, I'll check later. Maybe they're gone, but it from what I remember from like earlier today, it was a 60% Motovore for electricity. So this would go bye-bye, and this would get replaced with, of course, Weeping Wounds. But I think honestly, I think I need all, like, quickening. I actually do just have a bunch of base attack speed, so I was thinking I was gonna put in Weeping Wounds and then just have a zillion oh, I don't have Elementalist. No, oh my god, I'm silly. It would be Elementalist. Oh, I'm so dumb. I don't know, chat. I'm smoking crack apparently. Yeah, it absolutely would be Elementalist. Apologies. Sorry about that. Didn't even pay attention to what the actual build was, so apparently I'm a dumbass. Multi-shot on beam weapons increase the damage status chance. Yep. So I know that it gives a bonus to status chance. I know that it doesn't give you more beams. So I read up on the status chance thing. But I don't think it creates more instances of damage. I think the status chance thing is like added on top of it. Whereas like multi-shot on the standard weapon would just create more bullets, which means more instances of damage. So that was like my understanding of it. But yeah, dude, you put the thing on here. I guess we could do the meme. Should we do the meme? What's the mod? What's the mod that I'm looking for? What is it called? Mandible? Are these Saxum Thorax? Oh, I gotta look at this. It's gotta be Jugulus, right? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Oh god, do I not even have one? Carnis Mandible, I have that. Saxum Thorax. Oh god. Here, should we just scroll and see? There's Carnis Mandible. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't have... That's so me. That's so me. I should have Auger Strike though. That's... I don't have the mod that I actually wanted. I'm dead, man. Alright, Auger Strike. So that gives you 22% puncture. And then you put on a bunch of status chance. Is that right? You need puncture. You need more weight towards puncture. But it needs to be in status numbers, right? For Dodie. That's 5.7. Should I put, let's see. Steel. Organ Shatter. Wait, does this mean that if I increase status chance... Is that how it works? So if I put in, like, melee prowess, does this number go up? It does go up. So just the more status chance you have, the more... Interesting. So then you could put, theoretically, like, Elementalist in there, and that would give you even more. But that gives you more status or crit damage. I don't have damage in here either. Interesting. Wow, there you go. So... does give you a shit ton of crit damage multiplier, but I guess you want the puncture status chance one. That's the one you want, but yeah, I don't have that. So yeah, I'm a slash man, and I won't say the skibby dibby dibby part. But yeah, 50% slash is just fucking nuts, man, and you get more status chance from the slash. Yeah, puncture gives more range, impact gives more attack speed. But it's the slash and the status. They're telling you, man. They're fucking mind controlling you. They're like, do the influence build, have insane slash damage. They're in my brain. The fucking numbers, dude. That's all I'll say. And it's a hammer. So you have a pretty decent forward attack. You have a very strong standing attack, and your forward blocking attack is like straight up whirlwind. You know, you have a saw, right? You have a giant spinning saw, and then you just spin it around like crazy. So it's very unga bunga. But that's number 8 on the list. Number 9 on the list is Caustacyst. Excuse me, Caustacyst. Jesus, these names. Very similar setup. 37% electricity, so garbage valence. But I do have pretty decent status chance, so the spread is okay, but not very good. You can see 11% electricity. I do want to get that up higher, so that's something that I will be rolling for, is just like a 60% of any Caustacyst. So I've already got the element, but currently you can see it's a very slow weapon. So this guy is a 1 base attack speed, so I guess I could show Reaper as an example, but what I am going to do is just... Oh, I guess this is the same setup that I have, right? Gladiator Vice, so this is 1.85. And then up here is Reaper Prime. So it's a 1.08 base attack speed. So this has a attack speed of 2 with the same setup. So you can see that. I mean, this guy is just a normal scythe. Like, it's nice that it has slash damage. This guy also has slash damage, so... Wait, does it? Should I check? Oh, it's dead even, slash, and puncture, so never mind. I lied. Yeah, I mean, getting the corrosive is nice. It creates like a corrosive puddle, but, you know, in the end, it's just a very spammable scythe. It has the really nice heavy attack, so it's pretty powerful there. But yeah, it's still chilling, looking good. I don't know, man. Like the goo, the little trail of goo that you leave on the ground is still like it's kind of whatever, if I'm being honest. I think it's kind of silly. Number 10 on the list, Pox. That's this guy. All right. Whew, this is a weird one. So I do want to put in just a valence for fire, just to skew it more towards fire, because obviously it's got built-in toxin damage as well. I tried out gas as well, but I still landed on viral fire. I was still doing insane like numbers of fire procs, but also with secondary enervate you can get some pretty powerful numbers. So I did find that yeah, you end up dumping a little too much because it is just like so fun to use. But yeah, just very simple stat spread. Oh, this is crazy. The heat status chance damage driven, obviously awful stats. The worst disposition possible. But yeah, Coda Pox, pretty goated. We are going to skew it even further towards fire, and that's the main thing that I'm trying out here. That's kind of about it. Obviously, like, the gas clouds will not benefit from like gun condition overload or anything like that, so very interesting to use in like a big crowd and just watch it kind of work, but you do have to manage it a little bit. Number 11 on the list is Hema. All right, nice and easy. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Built-in electricity, they gave me that for free. I took that. And then look at the stat spread, chat. I will never change this weapon ever. 18.7% viral, 18.7% corrosive. That's it. That's all you need to see. And then 52% blast. So I'm skewing it heavily towards blast. That is criminal, man. And yeah, with the fast enough fire rate, the fire rate on like a full auto or like on a burst weapon is kind of weird, but yeah, it's just as much damage as you can get, and it does have 60% crit chance, but it still rocks pretty hard. Like, that's pretty good margin for me. So I guess that's all to really show off. Like, it's just a full auto that can, anything that can survive 3 hits is like cooked beyond belief. So there are certain setups where you just output like way too much power. So like in terms of like trash mobs get sprayed, like you straight up don't aim and you just like spray down a crowd, and then you'll see like one dangerous target. You know, generally something with armor is what I'm talking about, like a Thrax, and you can just tap them. What is the best way to rank up? I think going to the market, like buying all the shit that's really easy to get and starting there. Oh, I'm talking about the Mire, excuse me. So like getting all the shit that's really easy that's at the start of the game is pretty important, and it takes a while, but it's pretty worth it. Mire, let's do it. So this is a fun one. Yeah, this is basically standard. Oh, I would convert this to electricity, I think. So this is just a bonk fluence weapon, but the heavy slam inflicts, yeah, the heavy slam inflicts pure toxin. That's it. So you're not going to get blast. It's just going to be gas. It's going to be gas, and it's going to be a single guaranteed toxin proc. So it's very criminal. How's the Coda Pox? I'm thinking of getting it. I think it's pretty decent. I have Enervate on it with fire, so you can proc like a zillion fire procs. Apparently it takes like 1 second to just cover an enemy, so it's very ammo intensive. Like, it dumps a lot of ammo. So shout out Mythical Melly. Am I saying that right? Melier. Appreciate the likes as well. Yeah, it's definitely like not the craziest in the world, but I enjoy it. I think it's fun. You're throwing nutsacks. You're throwing nutsacks all over the playing field, and they stink up the playing field, and you can put viral fire on it and just stink up a bunch of losers. I should stop saying that, but yeah, there's a heavy slam build for sure. That's it. That's bonk fluence if ever I've seen it. Just a standard loadout. I think all of these guys have influence. Because they're kooky and weird as fuck, they all have influence. But number 13 on the list, Hirudo, is up next. Scroll. Alright, Coda Hirudo. I don't have all the stats for it. Actually, I do, basically. But you can see I got a shit ton of status. It's the same kind of setup, like Weeping Wounds and Galvanized Elementalist. So that's giving you 120% status. And then this is giving you 160% status. So it's definitely a lot of extra status. But you can see at 45% with melee prowess and voltaic strike, and then I'm gonna add an electricity valence, and then eventually I'm gonna try and get that up to 60, because like on a slam fluence weapon, getting more electricity is gonna make, it's just gonna allow you to proc influence more often, which is really important. But in the end, it just does a zillion damage. You can see it just has seismic wave, but with the lower damage, you just have to watch. With the crit stats, 7.1 times crit multiplier. Very silly. And then this is very awesome as well. Crit hits have 5% lifesteal and increases maximum health by 5% for 15 seconds. Stacks up to 25 times. This is also the same effect on the normal Hirudo, which is actually the same build and functions essentially the same. The only thing that's really special about this weapon is the valence. Like, the stats are like better, but I don't think by much. So like I've said, you could probably replace this with fucking focus energy and like skew it more, but you can see just with how low my status chance is in general, I need to keep that number up. So it's kind of a sucky combo, but just being able to valence it will help me out a lot. So honestly, chat, way too easy. So in the end, like you see a different setup and that it functions differently, but there's a lot of similarity. I'm actually talking about number 14 on the list, which is the Coda Tysis. This is one that I'm still currently using. But this is a fire rate of 5.5 when my companion's alive and 4 when they're not. This is built-in corrosive damage. Not at a crazy margin, but it's a pretty decent margin. And then I am going to skew this. I was thinking I might... I'm going to be honest. I was thinking I might put electricity on this. I was kind of like, okay, electricity functions the same. I think I have a tab. No, I don't have a tab open for this. But if I come over here to electricity damage, and we look over here, it does add electricity damage bonuses in. So if you are stripping armor, there's a potential that you can get a decent arc. So I was just thinking about it. I was mulling it over in my head. Like, impact is literally giving me nothing right now. I do have this at max rank, so I just need a valence replacement. But yeah, currently, you know, similar setup. It's a pretty fast firing gun. I'm using Elementalist, so I'm actually hopefully clearing my blast procs and benefiting from Elementalist properly. But that's why I was thinking, like, oh, if I have electricity and blast, like, that could probably go pretty hard. But yeah, the important thing is, I guess this is actually speeding up your fire or your reload speed. You are getting a little bit quicker reload, but it's not the biggest buff. But like on a gun that's this fast, I don't even have ammo mutation. I don't even have it. So many weapons, yeah. I have every weapon in the game. Oh, so many weapons that came out. Never mind, sorry. Yeah, there are 18 weapons. And then I was gonna do a Vesper 77 build as well. But yeah, too many weapons to play, but yeah, I think most of them are pretty goated. I think they should be tried out at a certain point when you have the time for it, when you can get around to it, whenever that time is. Anyway, number 15 on the list, Riot 848. This is an interesting one. This guy is also should be in this list. Yeah, here we go. So this is one where I'm actually using Enervate and I'm using Viral Fire on the bullet itself. So this is Puncture Viral Fire, that's it. And then the AoE is going to be, you know, 33% blast, so pretty decent chance for a blast proc. But the main thing is that the Viral Fire does actually pretty decent damage, but also will prime them a little bit. So if they don't die immediately, if they survive for 1 second, then it'll strip their armor. But it's also just like, you know, it helps with the bullet itself and using Galvanized Shot to still kind of maximize the damage. Because obviously, like, the blast, like, the AoE does more damage, but, like, it doesn't benefit from gun condition overload. So it's nice to still have, like, a gun that does some decent damage. And you're using Enervate on there because, yeah, it's a good margin, but it was nice to save a mod slot. That was kind of sick. And you can, I was getting more power out of Viral Fire anyway, just as like a gun. Obviously, like, the AoE doesn't happen until you reload, but I think it's a fun weapon. It is pretty low on the list, but you can see that I'm still currently, like, testing it, determining its usability, giving it a shot. You can also see Vesper 77 is there, so we're going to talk about that one as well. EF5 Jupiter, almost done here. That is number 16 on the list. This guy is here at the bottom, unfortunately. I was thinking about adding to him later, but yeah, this is currently just a full auto. with 5% chance for a corrosive proc. I think it may have some corrosive mechanic. Alternate fire charges with a burst of buckshot. Each pellet always inflicts corrosive status on hit. That's pretty sick. So I will say it's pretty slow, but when my companion's alive, I'm not really worried about that. But yeah, you can see 63% crit chance. So I do think what you could probably do is just tap somebody in the face, but you can see a fall off of 5 to 10 meters. So that's pretty criminal. It's definitely increasing its usability for the fucking deal, like, get corrosive and that's it crowd. Like, just, I'm glad I'm proccing 10 stacks of corrosive or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of a, what do I show off? Like the stat spread, like this is why I'm using the double 60-60, because I was honestly like, dude, I don't think I'm really benefiting from it, but I think I might want to make this work. I might want to try it out later on, but currently it is still number 16 on the list. And then number 17 on the list, a weapon that I did fully max rank so that I could put a valence on, so that I could kind of show it off properly, is purely just viral, corrosive, and heat. And you just skew it more towards heat stacks with secondary encumber, with 90% status chance on a beam weapon. Obviously, I could have used Hornet Strike. I'm using more fire, that's it. I'm just skewing it more towards fire, and that's it. Because this Riven is, of course, free viral at 61%, or like 62%. So just criminal. Just like straight up evil. I was thinking what I might do is this, actually. I might make this Scorch. Sacrifice a little damage. Oh, that skews it way too much, though. Well, 40 now. Oh, wait, no. I think that's not bad. 54. Oh, but here's the thing. You have to remember always, chat. Primed Heated Charge does actually increase the damage of each fire proc, so skewing it more towards fire. I mean, I'm actually not sure how secondary encumber works with a beam weapon. I am like very curious sometimes. It does have a fall off. Yeah, that's nice. It falls off from like 10 to 20 meters, so beam range of 19. It's a very I placed it there specifically. That's all I'll say. I placed it there specifically. And number 18 on the list. The last one that I would say is like probably not worth using. The EFV8 Mars. This is just I don't know, this like grenade that like deals corrosive damage is just fucking weird. Alternate fire charges up a glob of explosive Fervon gel which staggers and corrodes enemies. So just weird as fuck. Just strange ass pistol. It's got pretty decent stats. Look at the stats. 81% crit chance, 51% status, 5.6 multiplier. So kind of fun. 1.3 reload, 1.3 second reload speed. So, you know, like not the worst pistol in the world, but just so fucking weird. So weird. God, I don't really know how to describe it sometimes, man. Anyway, that pretty much covers it. I guess those are the builds. It's 8:14. We've got actually a shit ton of time. Holy hell. I guess I'm doing pretty good. Okay, so I'm choosing 3 weapons this time. I'm gonna show you a test for dual Torxica, and I'll put it in the time codes as well. All right. I'm showing you Pathocyst. Okay, good. There's Pathocyst, and then I'm showing you Bassocyst. Okay, that's quite a spread. And then I guess I'll segment it. I'll try and do only one weapon at a time. So we'll start with Pathocyst, and then I'll show off Torxica, and then I'll kind of move through the list as I do. But yeah, we're using Equinox, of course. Just a bunch of survivability mods, and that's it. But
that was months ago.
We should be set up. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll into one of these missions. We'll probably do like 2 minutes at a time. This tank boss on Steel Path does not die. Yeah, you gotta shooting those fucking little nodules is so annoying. I hate that shit, man. That shit pisses me off. Alright, so we are starting with the Pathocyst. We're gonna lock in with the Pathocyst. All right, let's do it. We've got a very intense skewing towards electricity, and that is going to be kind of important because we are actually proccing 2 different elements. We're doing viral and blast and electricity. So we've got a little bit of issues, but if we can keep that influence active, that's all that matters. Can I join after that run? No, I don't think so. These tests generally I need to do solo. So like when I do the tests, those are like the only times that I don't have people join, because I don't want you getting a bunch of kills, and I don't want you to show up in a mission that you don't want to be getting kills in or buffing. You know, I don't want any types of buffs. This is why I choose Equinox, is that I can show it off. Is like, these are the one times where I want to do it pretty well, so you guys actually understand what's going on with the weapons and can visualize, you know, with the, you know, the mini-map is important. Keep an eye on the mini-map and just keep an eye on how I play and how the spawns happen, because this is definitely, a lot of these weapons are best shown off solo. Like, you know, in terms of, look how easily I can just manage these spawns. Kind of a joke. And yeah, you can see that melee influence is basically always active, so I do have to actually wait for Galvanized Reflex, but it's not the longest time. So if I fail to land somebody, then I'm still chilling. Alright. And that's the thing, is like sometimes it actually does take me a little bit to position correctly and actually have enough enemies to hit. So yeah, we're gonna go for like 3 minutes, and then I'll put a time code. Alright, chilling. Safe, look at that. Alright. And you can see that, like, this is definitely in the camp of super duper usability, like making sure that influence does not have any trouble proccing, because, you know, your stat spread can only get worse from here. Like, unless someone is bringing Shock Trooper, any other squad member that's providing you with like an elemental bonus that, while yes does not combine with your existing elements, like still counts as weapon damage, and so will skew your stat spread. Like if somebody has Nourish, if somebody has Temple, if somebody has like Sarin with Venom Dose, like all those examples will skew you away from electricity, which will mean you are less likely to proc melee influence. So like for this weapon to exist in a vacuum, it almost, you know, it is, I'm setting it up for success as best as I can by just skewing it as much towards electricity as possible. So pretty important. We've been going for 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So let me come over here. Let me look at a wall real quick, just so it looks weird. I'll look at a wall for just a split second, and then we'll swap. All right. Just so when I go in to edit. Alright, let's get some Bassocyst action going. This guy does have infinite body punch through with blast damage, so I'm just putting fire on there with primary crux. Very simple to use. You gotta get those headshots though. You gotta kind of aim the shots a little bit higher, but you can still land it. Shout out Philween for saying how's the gameplay. Going good. I mean, it's a little bit of a grind at the start, like any Lich system is, but I can get a feel for it. And yeah, I definitely have enjoyed it once I've gotten it started. That I do think it's pretty easy once you're going and you have a bunch of resources. But, you know, those first couple that you're going to do are going to take quite a while. So I feel like it's worth it for the weapons. Shout out Dr. Appleberries for dropping some likes and joining me in the stream. Yeah, we're finally in the gameplay segment, so this is where I really get to shine. This is where we get to spam a little bit of primary crux. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back again. Alright, we've been going for, what, a couple minutes? We'll keep going longer.
Oculists, if they scan you.
Right, nice and easy. Perfect. Yeah, we can, dude, we're going to test a shit ton of weapons. 820. Oh, where's my boy? I want to tap this guy. I want to tap this guy for a zillion.
They know you're here.
Am I clearing?
For sentient fighters.
Oh, you mother... Oh, can I do this? Does this work? Oh, there you go. Alright, goodbye. Goodbye, my friend. Have a good time. Let's keep moving, though. This is what we're here for, man. I will say, I'm not able to line up as many enemies as I want. I don't know if you can see this. I've been trying to like snag a couple enemies at once with each bullet, but sometimes I'm failing miserably. Oh, this guy needs to get tapped right now. He should not be alive this long. But I just love this shit, man. It's so silly. It's just like, and I should try out the alt fire as well. Do I have to be pretty close for that?
Extraction is ready.
Oh yeah, these guys just get obliterated, dude. Like, versus Thrax, that's what I'm so like impressed by and like thankful for, is that like most of my setups just kind of exist, but like especially versus Thrax, most of my setups are just like absolute like execute them with no warning. They are not allowed to live, and so it's super satisfying. So I do have 10 stacks of Crocs. Alright, we're chilling. Alright. I don't think I've done the ranged mercy yet, unfortunately. Alright, should we swap? Is it time? 540. Let me pop some life support here. Let's come over here, let's pop the life support. Oh, it's this tile. Oh, this tile is actually pretty good. Alright, let's pop 2 of them. And then I'm gonna swap to the Torxica to finish it out. Alright, dude. I'm telling you, just sit back, enjoy it a little bit. So satisfying. So glad we finally got infested liches. Yeah, and I think it's one of the coolest systems they've ever released. It's kind of a grind. All right, let's get this shit warmed up. Let's get my boy all started. Oh, those are the spores. Oh, I see them. So you shoot this. Oh, wait, is this like banshee spores? Oh, I see now. So you shoot the little banshee spores, and then it deals more damage. I'm just now understanding how this mechanic works. Okay, now we've got the ball rolling. Now we're cruising. I'm starting to understand the spores now. This is like it's just banshee spores as a gun. This is nuts. So it's only effective for me. As you can see, I'm just spreading status. Should I just wait here? Let's see if you can watch. Yeah, look at them like spread status. It's so sick. It's like when I realized that, I was like, it does work. Oh my god, of course it does work. Oh my god, that's absurd. So this is top tier broken material. You can just constantly be priming enemies. Like every single unique status effect on them is giving me more damage for gun condition overload. So enemies that I haven't even looked at yet are already like debuffed insanely, and then all I have to do is like shoot the little banshee points, and then you're just chilling. So this is absolute max tier gameplay. Yeah, banshee spores. What can I say, man? I'm a absolute poet. New tech just dropped. Yeah, exactly. Chad, I don't know if you're watching, but I'm like actively, look at this. Like this is more OP. Like look at these status effects. I just chill, and then they're already primed for gun condition overload. This is like so evil. It's like beyond criminal. But it's still only number 5 on the list. There are other weapons above this. When do you unlock the Drifter? So you unlock the Drifter as part of Deviri, but then I don't think you are able to play it until much later. Like it's the I guess it would be the same system as like your operator and stuff like that. All right, chillin', keep moving, keep the spores up. All right, how long have we been going? Should we go for 10 minutes? Yeah, we'll close it out. I mean, I'm telling you, Torxica gets me Torxica. Fuck, man, fully Torxica. That's what I'm saying, man. There's no other way to describe it. It's just goofy, silly gameplay. You feel like a goober lord, like you just... Oh! I almost banshee spored myself. That's it. You fucking piece of shit. Alright, fuck you, dude. I'm sentencing you to jail. Sentencing you to fucking Void Strike jail. Get the hell out of here. I will not allow you to interrupt my test. Chat, I'm trying to test. I won't allow Malice to make me kill myself live on camera. He can't do it. He doesn't have the power. And to think I still have maybe 4 more Tenet weapons left to collect. Dude, I love... Most of the Tenet primaries I think are pretty gamer. But I have some criminal ribbons for like some of the Tenet primaries. There's a couple Tenet secondaries that I don't use. Or maybe one that I don't use. But yeah, dude, most of these Coda weapons, I'm like, they're kind of goated. But yeah, Catabolyst, I'm fine with not using. You know what I mean? Like, just the simple fact of the manual reload, like, it's caused me strife in the past. Like, when I would use the Catabolyst in the randomizer, it would fucking piss me off. And so I was like, oh wait, they give me a new version that resets its usage, and that means I can leave it at the bottom of the list forever in actual jail. In actual shitty gun jail. Oh, that was a lot of DPS, but I survived. Oh, this guy's trying to overguard my boy. I should just kill him. I should just heal him. Okay, easy clap. Get out of here, man. You don't belong. And yeah, with 160 in the mag, and when it's like a 3-second reload or something, 2-second reload. Alright, nice. Come on, man. Looking good, nice and easy. I think we should just get the hell out of here. We're all settled, so it's nice. You get to show off 3 weapons at once. Oh, my boy's dead. I understand that. Alright. So you can see, you saw it at max power, you saw it suffering a little bit, so kind of a good showcase. There were moments, you know, like with Bassocyst, I definitely think that when I'm not able to like maximize the number of enemies hit, then I kind of struggle a little bit. Yeah, I think it's still a good showing in terms of like, you know, being able to do it on Equinox, where literally my entire setup on Equinox is just have all the survivability mods, so that you just run around and maim everything. That's my entire loadout. Is I get like 5 million on maim, and then I just hit Terrify, and it like armor strips everything in the radius, and then I just kill everything. Like that's it.
Strike to win.
That's it. That's all you need. Incredibly goofy, incredibly silly. But yeah, it's like what you'd expect from this game, honestly. 1.4k likes. Oh my god, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Alright, keep moving. So that was Bassocyst. We'll swap to Purgator. Alright. Purgator, dual Viciss. Oof. Nice. What, 828? We got time, man. And then the next pistol. Where's the next pistol? Oh, shit. The next pistol is the Pox. And then it's the Tysis. Interesting. Well, I guess there you go. You've got multiple weapons to show. You've got multiple weapons to show. And then after that is... Oh, and then it jumps down the list pretty far. So then we do Sporothrix and Motovore. So you guys will get to see Motovore. That'll be in the next gameplay. Purgator. We're gonna start with Purgator. I'll have to warm up a little bit with it. Dual Viciss is pretty fun, and yep, true. Maybe I should start with that. We'll do it for just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, chat. Yeah, you gotta just see it. You gotta see it to believe it. Like, the way that Purgator works is a little bit strange. Maybe I should start with Purgator. Although Dual Viciss is number 3 on the list.
The art of combat must be practiced.
Let's do Viciss. Let's do Viciss, fine.
The canvas of war.
Alright, nice and easy. Yeah, you can see no skews, so I'm just kind of tapping everything for a zillion damage. Well, not this time. Do I get to come with? Yeah. Well, yeah, not this time, no. No, you don't get to come with. When I'm testing, I need all the kills to myself. I need all the control. I need to be the only guy, because... Hey guys, do you want to put bets on whether Lua's gonna try and steal all my kills while I'm doing a test? Or like give me a buff or something? That's like... It's like... I'd take that bet. Yeah, but I will say, like, on a dual sword, especially one that swings just too fast, just way too fast, it's just too goofy. And yeah, you just kind of wipe everything because I steal all the spawns. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I gotta actually be in the squad, not just all the kills. Yeah, exactly. Now it would be his mission. It would be his mission to fuck up the test. And it'd be completely on accident. Yeah, sure it would. Yeah, sure it would. Oh, completely on accident. Well, yeah. Getting all the getting lots of kills is never on accident, chat. That's how you play the game. That's how you play Warframe. If you're not trying to get lots of kills in Warframe, then you're not playing Warframe, chat. It's gonna be completely on accident. Ah, that's killing me, man. Completely on accident. I got 90% of the kills, and I stole all the spawns. I'm so sorry. It was completely on accident. I will mention, yeah, the dual swords. Carving Mantis does have a force slash proc. A couple force slash procs on the standing attack. I did not mention that, but that's one of the reasons that I use it as a swinging influence weapon. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead, man. This is what we're here for. A good return. You know, I went on vacation, played a bunch of Soulframe. I will say, chat, I played some of Soulframe Preludes 9, and they fucking changed everything. They like overhauled everything. They added a new weapon, and like they added all this new shit that I just like don't have access to. Like apparently you choose one and then you're just stuck with them forever, and I'm like, oh fuck, dude. Like there are new pacts available, and I'm like, okay, how do I get those pacts? I'm looking. I'm feeling like a looky-loo. All right, still chilling. Has this been long enough? 2:30? Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's swap. Let's see if we can land some shots with Purgator. All right. Nice. Just be chill. Come on. Down a hallway. That's what you need. You need a couple heads at once. Alright. There you go. See, now you're warming up. Now you're seeing the gas procs. This is how you play it. This is generally always a one tap. Woo, man. Yeah, you get that slash proc going. I mean, you're seeing the slash numbers. You're seeing the slash. Like, you're seeing that AoE on kill. So, like, for trash killing, insanely powerful. See, I can kind of line him up down a hallway. Oh my god. Just criminal, man. Just one of the top tier choices. So much fun to use. Does like zillions. Just like, woo! I'm not even keeping my buffs active. I'm not even using my defense. I'm just trying to line up a couple shots. Line up a couple gamer shots. Some major collats. There's a good collat. And yeah, you can see you've got the crazy crit numbers. You've got those slash procs coming in, and then you've got the gas clouds on the kills, like crazy. What's the line in People's Crosshair? I'm just coming back after like a...
Fighters won't be far behind.
What are you talking about? Oh, what's the line in People's Crosshair? Oh, wait, what are you talking about? Like the dots? The line in the People's Crosshair? Are you talking about like an incarnin? Like a charge indicator or something? Like a blue line? Is that what you're talking about? Alright, let's tap him. No, in melee? Look, oh, the line? Are you talking about this circle in the middle? You have one? Like the vertical line. That, yeah, this circle. Oh, this is Tennokai. This is like a special... This is like a special buff to melee that like allows you to heavy attack for free, and it just has like different chances for it to proc. Oh, you fucking piece of shit! I felt it. Don't worry, chat.
But you need to leave.
All right.
Extraction is ready.
I was standing on that Battlelist a little bit too long, but we should be safe.
Life support is at rest.
Come on, let's tap them.
Destroy them.
Maybe I need to spam a little bit of Viciss, but this is a good spot, I think. I can probably hit a bunch of them from here. There you go. Down a hallway. Okay. I just need a decent reload and then I can tap them. There you go. Alright. That's looking better. Ooh, nice Torment spawn. I need to hit this. He's cooked. I'm gonna snag the life support and then do this. Yeah, geez, chat. That's the marker. You're struggling a little bit. I do have a bunch of life support that I need to snag, but a little bit dangerous there, but it's still doing pretty good. Let's just tap him. Get him out of here, man. Get him the fuck out of here. He does not belong here. Alright, now we're chilling. Both of my homies are dead. But yeah, we're good. He'll hit this guy, but those are 2. We have 1 more to show off. We have the Pox to play. Let's do a little bit of swap-a-rooney. Alright. Time for some Pox gameplay. Now this one is weird. Oh, there's a man still alive? Where's this man? Where's this man that you speak of? Nope, no man. Alright, let's get these nodules active. See if I can hit a flying dude. Yep, I can still hit a flying dude. That's good. Alright. Yeah, you gotta watch the little toxin clouds. They're just like, they're weird, man. I definitely felt it in the mall tile set. There were like specific hallways that really love the Pox and just completely coated enemies in fire damage and just wiped them. It was a little bit silly, but yeah, there you go. Alright, keep moving. Woo, dude. Nice. What is this? Oh, he's up in the air? Has he always just been up in the air? And I just haven't even realized it? Now he's back. Where was this guy? Was I going crazy, chat? Okay, let's just kind of allow the fire to do his thing. Yeah, you can dome him in the face with a fucking nutsack and he'll feel it. He'll feel it every time. Right, chat? You guys know what I mean. Alright, let's get some of these kills. You can see I can straight up throw it at my feet. Does not matter. You know, it just creates a gas cloud. It still technically creates an AoE, so pretty nice. Decent damage. I got Revenant Prime. I don't see the hype about him. He just has unlimited immunity and has overrated abilities. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, the reason that people love Revenant is because you're invincible. Like, you can't take damage unless somebody clears your abilities. So, like, pretty powerful. You know, in Archimedia, sometimes it can suffer, but yeah, that's what I say. Is like, honestly, I feel like it's mostly just for the infinite survivability. You have the ability to, like, deal a bunch of damage if you want, or have a Dance Macabre that deals a bunch of damage, but honestly, I don't really spam Revenant that much. I was playing him recently, and I was like, oh god, here we go. So still chilling. All right, but I love the nutsack gun. That's my bae. That's the weirdest weapon you've ever seen, but it's nice. Like, it means that in the next couple weeks, we're going to be playing a lot of different weapons and swapping between them every time. So you're going to see a lot of the Hema. You're going to see a lot of the Bassocyst and the Synapse and the Purgator and the Pox and like the Vesper 77. So, you know, I wanted to talk about all these guys. So pretty simple. All right, chat. We're at 10 minutes. We'll see if we can get an Acolyte spawn. I know that the Pox actually also does pretty good against Acolytes as well, so that's kind of nice. And yeah, we will have time to do one more. We'll do a round with Motovore and we'll do Motovore, Sporothrix, speaking of Sporothrix, and Tysis. So that'll be an interesting one. Tysis is definitely a weird one. Gonna sit on my shelf like Umbra did before Encore. Yeah. I feel that. It felt so boring, like no excitement in surviving. Yeah. No, I think what I've always said is like you can get some decent power out of Revenant. Like sometimes all I do with Revenant is I already have Breach Surge on there. You can kind of maximize it with you know, I have like some orange shards that sometimes I put on Revenant, so you can do some stuff with that with like radiation damage and like ability damage to enemies in radiation. So that's pretty interesting, but it's not the craziest thing in the world. Like, I will feel that like Revenant is a great example of usability is king. Like, simplicity is king in Warframe. Like, something that simplifies your game and trivializes an aspect of the game, which is like survivability, and the idea that you can trivialize your teammates' survivability as well, that as long as you have enough efficiency, you can keep 5 stacks of Mesmer skin on your whole squad. And so like if you show up in a Elite Archimedia and you have Mesmer Shield on Revenant, then you're the GOAT. Like, you're actually Giga Chad moment, and it may break certain abilities, and like you won't get Arcane Avenger and shit like that, but the power is always there. Like, you have to be real about it. Full invincibility is just insanely goated, and you can take it, and that's why, like, bro, what I will say is, like, if you are gonna play Revenant, bro, please put on Mesmer Shield. It may fuck up on hit effects, but it will literally make them invincible. So, like, in an Archimedia type setting, that shit is infinitely valuable. In an Archimedia where apparently everybody's dying every 5 seconds in, like, what seems like the easiest temporal Archimedia you've ever seen. So, a little bit cringe, but, yeah, we're finally getting the Acolyte spawns. So cringe. I almost burned all my ammo waiting for the fucking Acolyte. God, it's rage. Alright, let's tap him. Yeah, you can see its violence, but that fire is actually kind of ticking. I guess I stuck him with a fucking nutsack, and he was just not having it. So there you go. That's test number 2. It's kind of nice being able to, like, test a bunch of different weapons that show up in other places on the list. Like, I do actually show off a bunch of, you know, this is Pox is number 10 on the list, and then Tysis is number 14 on the list. So it'll be a weird test, but it'll be still pretty cut and dry, so pretty interesting. But yeah, I think overall... Oh, did I go to the wrong spot? Oh my god, chat. I went to the wrong spot. Thoughts on this class of weapons? Yeah, I think Purgator, definitely something that I'm trying to maximize a little bit better. Maybe will require... I mean, that's the thing, is why I tested with Equinox, is because I literally just have survivability. And it means that if I'm dying... If I'm dying with Equinox, that means I'm 1, not dealing enough damage, and 2, not able to keep my survivability up. So it's a great test. It means that, like, if the weapon is not strong enough for me to survive without being able to Equinox nuke, then it does not function well. So, like, if I'm getting hit a bunch and, like, failing to survive, then that's a really important thing to understand. It's like, okay, that's a good test for the weapon. So in the end, it's kind of a nice thing that it's just a survival, so you still have to have a certain KPS and all this stuff. So that is number 3 on the list, Purgator. We're talking about number 6 on the list, Coda Sporothrix. I would say the best sniper in the game. Just absurdly strong damage. We're going for the pistol. We're going number 14 on the list. This is the Coda Tysis. And for the melee, we are going number 8 on the list. Personal favorite of mine, one of my honorable mentions, Coda Motovore with a single Forma. This will have to be upgraded to a 60% electricity valence, so it does need some upgrading, but I think I don't need any more mod points actually. Oh, I need to put 1 more Forma in. Unfortunate, but yeah, I will succeed. Don't worry, it'll be worth it. So that's the setup. Motovore will be very fun to spam, so I'm excited about this, but let's keep moving, chat. I'm telling you, it's a worthwhile test to do, to be able to just run around and spam. And it's nice also that while I do think 1999 content is a little bit easier to play, I still do enjoy showing up and it being somewhat difficult in certain aspects. Like, I love that the Technocyte Coda, dude, I die a lot. Like, the Technocyte Coda, I get mag bubbled a lot. I get fucking slash procced a lot, or like toxin procced, or just straight up tapped for like a zillion damage. So it's nice that they just actually fuck you up, and they're kind of scary, so it's a welcome change. Alright. But yeah, we've just got a zillion... We've got a zillion% status chance, and then we're just adding a bunch of damage on top of that. So you can kind of see how the sniper will work. And that you'll chunk everybody. I have no crit stats at all. No need for it. I'm using semi-rifle cannonade, which is definitely coming in clutch. So yeah, you're kind of just... Anything you shoot directly is just nuked from the start. Not having a good time.
If you have a necromech, this would be an excellent
Alright, safe.
place to deploy it.
Look at this. Are we chunking our FPS? Are we dealing too much damage? My boy's got to stabilize, man. 110 FPS. There we go. I think it's doing better. Alright, let's keep moving. Come on, come down this hallway. Just round the corner, chat. Just like I want you. That's just how I want you. Stay right there. Yeah, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright. I'm not worrying about headshots. I'm just fucking doming them in the face and reloading, and that's it. Super simple to use. Very elegant. Proccing viral, proccing fire. and it's got that insane weight towards slash. No need for a Riven. It's got perfect stats just with mods. You could replace Elementalist, but I do think Elementalist is insanely fucking goated. What does it give you? Punch through? It gives you a little bit of punch through. I don't think I actually benefit from that punch through. Yeah, let's keep moving. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Let's do it. Fuck. Alright, nice. Woof. I'm telling you, you don't even use that much ammo, too. Like, the amount of kills that you get from, like, 3 bullets, as long as they're in a crowd, is just, like, criminal. So, super satisfying. Like, one of the most impressive snipers I've ever played in any game. Like, brainless to use. You know, just like proccing a bunch of status, and yeah, if you've got Arcane Avenger, if you've got some kind of like additive crit bonus, you can just maximize it to all hell. Like, you can just make it absurd. So to just have it as it is at this level of power, like literally not even getting shot. I'm just nobody near me. I mean, these guys are near me, so I could tap them real quick for a zillion. But yeah, chat. Like, I have so much fun. I have so much fun showing up and being able to show off all these weapons with you guys. They are just a blast to play. And yeah, what I will say, chat, I've got a lot more dailies that I need to start completing. I have a negative supply of melee arcane adapters, so I need to start farming a bunch more of those. I'm starting to realize that I need to stop spending so much Forma, but yeah, I've got stuff to accumulate again, so I'm in a bad spot. Every update like this kind of burns me completely. That's like everything post Deviri I'm okay with, because they'll tell me how many weapons will change, which means they'll tell me how many Auric and Catalysts I'll need and shit like that, and Forma I'll need. So chat, it is endless Forma, and I will be ranking these guys up so slowly. I will be putting these Forma in one at a time. I have other places where I want Forma to go, so definitely important to understand. And yeah, I'm 3.5 minutes in and I have not swapped the weapon, so we'll swap to Tysis, but we are actually using Motovore. Alright. Let's do it. Alright, let's keep it moving. We've got it started. That's good. Alright. Yeah, honestly, I'm not even really spamming shit. I'm not even really using the heavy attack. Okay, nice. Come on. Okay, wait for the enemies. That's it. That's all you're doing now. You need some more enemies. I'm getting some decent slash procs as well. Oh, I guess I have... Do I have radiation on here? Yeah, that's why that's proccing radiation. Annoying as fuck. Super lame. But you can see, like, against actual targets, sometimes I'll swap to the standing combo or something to deal, like, actual damage to them. And then you can kind of just tap them. You tap them with the... You tap them with the heavy attack, but then you can just kind of run around and spam more of this.
The sentient is onto you.
Alright, keep moving. Nice and easy. Oh, come on. You gotta actually hit something. Do you see me? I like whistled over their head. Now yeah, this radiation is killing me, but I'll survive, man. Don't worry. I'll get the 60% quicker than you know. Ooh, it's Mania. Alright, we gotta send you to jail. We gotta send you to jail. Sorry, chat. He's gone. He's out of here. He's straight gaming. Alright. Nice. Look at that. Chilling. Okay, now we're moving. We're 5 minutes in. Yeah, we got plenty of time. Ooh, we'll get to nuke these guys. Let's see how this does. I don't know how the radiation will fare against these guys. Nice. Looking good. Ooh, bad. Bad choice. Oh, he's gonna fucking shoot up into the air. Come on, man. Come on, man. Ooh, looks like I'm slowing down against this guy. Here, let's try the forward combo. Yeah, I do just have pure status. Not a lot of extra damage stats, so I'm kind of feeling it against this guy. So maybe that's some points down right there. Chilling. You can see I'm still loving a hammer that does a bunch of slash damage. It's a little bit goofy. We're 5 minutes in. Yeah, we still got time. The radiation is fucking killing me though. I'm not even realizing how awful it is until like right now. But yeah, I'm definitely want to put in that galvanized elementalist, and that should that should send it a little bit skyward, and then you're moving. So I will say, like, the trash mobs do get wiped pretty easily, but I do feel the failure to proc influence. That's also making me a little bit sad. All right, so it's 6 minutes. We'll probably swap in a little bit. All right, looking good. Okay, still chilling. Nice. Okay. Okay, so I got a swap at this point. Yeah, and I think we should just roll up with some Tysis gameplay. I gotta get the loadout started and proc the buffs and stuff. You can see I'm keeping the fire rate pretty high, and I'm just kind of dumping into a crowd. Getting some blast procs going. Get some of this stuff going. You can see we can out DPS the Overguard from Corrupted Ancient, so that's pretty gamer. Yeah, it's kind of nice to go for a little bit longer because you get more Corrupted Ancients, I guess. I don't think I'm seeing a lot of Corrupted Ancients early on, but yeah, it's still pretty decent. I'm not really aiming that much, but I do think I want to pop a life support just to be safe. I'm going to see if I can line these guys up a little bit better. Because this is a weapon that's definitely most effectively used when they're actually like grouped up properly. That's when you're actually going to be maximizing it. So this guy needs to die immediately. Looking good. So yeah, still like you can think of it like a full auto. Just the fact that you can reload so fast is very nice, and you get a lot of status chance. So you know, you're seeing the amount of blast procs I'm getting. It's just a little bit criminal, and it means that, like, yeah, for trash mobs, you know, when you clear the blast proc when they die, then the status damage will make it deal more damage. But for anything that's really scary, you're proccing enough blast procs that you can clear it on that enemy, and then, you know, get the big damage and get the status damage bonus from that as well. So I do think that's pretty important to understand, because your goal is always to clear your blast procs. Like, you're gonna be maximizing it way more by either being able to kill an enemy or being able to hit 10 blast procs, and whichever comes easier is what you want to work with, and sometimes it comes differently on different ones. Yeah, still chilling, looking good. Oh god, still looking good. All right, excellent. All right, super powered, looking good. Oh god, oh, they stole my pistol. I see. I understand. That means this dude needs to die right away. You've pointed yourself out. You've exposed yourself from the rest of the group, and that means you must die. Alright. Nice and easy. Keep up the pace. What are we at? 8:50, 9 minutes? Yeah, pretty low KPM. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of, you know, bound to happen in a test scenario like this. I do think I'm trying to maximize with different setups in different ways, but, you know, I'm feeling it, man. Like, there's definitely like a margin that it needs to hit for me to be able to use it properly in general gameplay, but the term general gameplay has just gotten wider and wider, and, you know, like, when we talk about temporal Archimedia, elite like deep Archimedia, like, there's a lot of stuff to understand, and, you know, functionality has variance, and functionality means different things at different times. So yeah, appreciate everybody for stopping by and joining me for, you know, back to regularly scheduled programming. I will be live tomorrow. We'll be doing a breakdown of the dev stream. I'm going to watch it over, and I will say I want to return to Soulframe. I want to do a review of the I want to do like a patch notes for Soulframe, and we can talk about that.
The queens have sought out Warframes before.
So I was thinking about doing a Soulframe video next Friday potentially, or maybe I'll sneak a Soulframe video in earlier in the week. I'll do an extra stream, but I'll do it as a Soulframe stream, something like that. I'll do something in the afternoon, but I'll make it a Soulframe stream so I can still do that, because we've got a lot of Warframe stuff coming up. I think, yeah, next week is the raffle, so I got to put that together. We got to do the raffle. I've got another tier list coming up. I've got to do some Exalted reviews and put together an Exalted tier list. We're going to do that. So next week is a big week, and then I think I'll sneak in a Soulframe patch notes at some point. Maybe I'll do that as a special Wednesday stream. as like a, you know, we'll get a conclusion on the Coda stuff and the update, and then I'll try to fit in a Soulframe stream a little bit earlier for you guys to actually do a Preludes 9 review after some days playing it and exploring the new area and stuff like that. So I think that'll be pretty sick. All right. But yeah, I think we're good to go. I got my Steel Essence, so yeah, let's get the hell out of here. All right. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Yeah, I mean, I've changed it up, so if you're on TikTok, all my links is just in a link tree, so you got to click off of that, and then that's in my profile on TikTok, and then yeah, I have the link to my Discord on the description on YouTube and my About section on Twitch. So yeah, definitely join the Discord. Say hi, get involved. I have a raffle that happens every month, and that is happening at the beginning of next week. So definitely join the Discord while you can. When you join the Discord for the first time, you'll be entered in automatically, and then for future months, then you just show up and say hi and get involved in the chat, and then you'll be entered in for that month. Shout out Shabo. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Shout out Shabo for following. But yeah, like we do also run a community showcase, so like some of my longtime viewers will submit stuff to show off for the video that goes alongside that. And then the raffle, you're gonna win a Prime Warframe set. You're gonna win 3 or 4 Veiled Rivens, and then you're gonna win a max rank Acolyte Arcane. And that is, you know, anybody that's in the Discord and is active in the Discord for that month is entered in automatically. So you know, not necessarily something you have to submit towards, it's just something you have to be there for. So I'm always checking the chat and taking a peek at everybody. So yeah, I guess that's about it. If you are watching on YouTube, I do appreciate if you drop a like. It does help out the video in the future. So appreciate everybody that's been watching for, you know, quite a while. So thank you guys so much for sitting and enjoying with me and being able to, you know, get a full review of the Coda and actually show it off and get a good showcase. I'm glad that it didn't crash. I had some power issues earlier, but I'm surviving now. So yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really hope you enjoyed. We've got more videos coming out soon. I think I was thinking about doing a whole Exalted series and doing a bunch of builds that are pretty short, talking about all the Exalted frames. So I appreciate everybody for stopping by. That's all I got for you. Take care. Have